This is going to blow your mind. We're about to explore Venus, a planet of extreme contrasts, its characteristics, and its significance in our solar system. Venus is a planet of extreme contrasts. Its surface is a hellish landscape, with temperatures hot enough to melt lead and atmospheric pressure that would crush a human instantly. The planet's thick, toxic atmosphere is composed mainly of carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid, making it an incredibly hostile environment. It is a world of scorching heat and crushing pressure. The surface temperature on Venus can reach up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the hottest planet in our solar system, even hotter than Mercury, which is closer to the Sun. Yet, from Earth, it appears as a bright, beautiful object in the night sky. Often referred to as the evening star or the morning star, Venus is the third brightest natural object in the sky after the Sun and the Moon. Venus is our closest planetary neighbor. It orbits the Sun at an average distance of about 67 million miles, making it the second planet from the Sun. It is the second planet from the Sun, and it is often called Earth's twin. This nickname comes from the fact that Venus and Earth are very similar in size, mass, and composition. This is because Venus and Earth both are similar in size and composition. Both planets have a central core, a rocky mantle, and a solid crust. However, the similarities end there. However, Venus is a very different place from our home planet. Its atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide, and the surface is dotted with volcanoes and vast plains of solidified lava. Venus is a rocky planet. Its surface is covered with mountains, valleys, and hundreds of large volcanoes, some of which are still active. It is about the same size as Earth. Venus has a diameter of about 7,520 miles, just slightly smaller than Earth's diameter of about 7,926 miles. Venus is covered in thick clouds. These clouds are made up of sulfuric acid and are so dense that they reflect about 75% of the sunlight that falls on them. These clouds reflect sunlight back into space. This high reflectivity is what makes Venus so bright in our sky. This makes Venus the brightest object in the night sky after the Sun and Moon. Its brilliance has made it a subject of fascination for skywatchers throughout history. Venus has been known since ancient times. It has been observed by many cultures and civilizations, each attributing their own myths and stories to this bright celestial body. It was named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. The planet's bright appearance and its association with the goddess reflect its significance in ancient mythology. The planet was known to the Babylonians as early as the 17th century BC. They meticulously recorded its movements and used it for their astronomical calculations. The ancient Greeks believed that Venus was two separate objects, a morning star and an evening star. They called the morning appearance Phosphorus and the evening appearance Hesperus. Venus is a fascinating and mysterious world. Despite its harsh conditions, it continues to intrigue scientists and astronomers who seek to understand its many secrets. It is a planet of extremes with a hostile environment that is unlike anything we know on Earth. The study of Venus helps us understand more about the formation and evolution of planets. Yet, it is a place of great beauty, and it has captivated the imagination of humans for centuries. Its mysteries and extremes make it a subject of endless fascination and study. Venus orbits the Sun at an average distance of about 67 million miles. This distance places Venus as the second planet from the Sun, nestled between Mercury and Earth. Despite being closer to the Sun than Earth, Venus has a unique set of characteristics that make its orbit fascinating to study. Its orbit is nearly circular, with only a small eccentricity. This means that Venus's path around the Sun is almost a perfect circle, unlike many other planets that have more elliptical orbits. This means that Venus's distance from the Sun does not vary much over the course of its year. The planet maintains a relatively stable distance, which contributes to its consistent solar exposure and temperature. A year on Venus lasts 225 Earth days. This is significantly shorter than an Earth year, but it is still longer than a year on Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. This is because Venus orbits the Sun more slowly than Earth. Despite its closer proximity to the Sun, the planet's slower orbital speed results in a longer year compared to Earth. Venus's orbit is closer to the Sun than Earth's orbit. This closer orbit means that Venus receives more solar energy, contributing to its extreme surface temperatures. Venus is an inferior planet. In astronomical terms, this means that it orbits the Sun inside Earth's orbit, making it one of the two inferior planets in our solar system, the other being Mercury. This means that it orbits the Sun closer than Earth does. As a result, Venus can sometimes be seen passing between Earth and the Sun. This phenomenon is known as a transit of Venus. This is called a transit of Venus. During a transit, Venus appears as a small black dot moving across the face of the Sun, a rare and spectacular event for astronomers and sky watchers alike. Transits of Venus are rare events, occurring in pairs separated by 8 years, with more than a century between each pair of transits. These events provide valuable opportunities for scientific observation and have historically been used to measure the scale of our solar system. The last transit of Venus occurred in 2012, and the next one will not occur until 2117. This long interval makes each transit a significant event for both professional astronomers and amateur stargazers. Venus is the brightest object in the night sky after the Sun and Moon. It is often called the evening star or the morning star, depending on its position relative to the Sun. When Venus is visible in the evening sky, it sets after the Sun. When it is visible in the morning sky, it rises before the Sun. Venus's brightness is due to its high albedo. Albedo is a measure of how much light a planet reflects. Venus has an albedo of 0.75, which means that it reflects 75% of the sunlight that hits it. This high albedo is due to the thick clouds that cover the planet. Venus can sometimes be so bright that it casts shadows. In fact, Venus is the only planet other than the Moon that can cast shadows on Earth. Venus rotates on its axis very slowly. It takes 243 Earth days for Venus to complete one rotation. This means that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Even more strangely, Venus rotates in the opposite direction to most of the other planets in the solar system. This is called retrograde rotation. Scientists believe that Venus's retrograde rotation may have been caused by a giant impact early in its history. Venus's slow retrograde rotation has a number of effects on the planet's climate. For example, it contributes to Venus's extreme temperatures. Venus is often called Earth's twin because of their similar size and mass. Venus has a diameter of about 7,520 miles, which is about 95% the size of Earth. Venus's mass is about 82% of Earth's mass. However, despite their similarities in size and mass, Venus and Earth are very different planets. Venus has a much denser atmosphere than Earth. Venus's surface is much hotter than Earth's surface. Venus has a very thick atmosphere. The atmospheric pressure at the surface of Venus is 92 times greater than the atmospheric pressure at the surface of Earth. This is equivalent to the pressure found about 3,000 feet beneath the surface of the ocean on Earth. Venus's atmosphere is composed mostly of carbon dioxide, or CO2. CO2 is a greenhouse gas. This means that it traps heat from the sun. The thick atmosphere of CO2 on Venus creates a runaway greenhouse effect. This has caused the surface temperature of Venus to reach an incredible 867 degrees Fahrenheit, or 464 degrees Celsius. This is hot enough to melt lead. Venus's atmosphere is also very dry. It contains very little water vapor. This is because the high temperatures on Venus cause any water to evaporate and escape into space. The surface of Venus is a harsh and unforgiving place. The high temperatures and pressures make it impossible for liquid water to exist. The surface is also very dry, with no rain to erode the rocks. Despite the challenges, scientists have been able to map the surface of Venus using radar. Radar waves can penetrate Venus's thick clouds, allowing us to see the surface below. Radar mapping has revealed that Venus has a varied surface. There are vast plains covered in lava flows. There are also mountains, volcanoes, and craters. One of the most striking features on Venus's surface is a giant rift valley called Aphrodite Terra. Aphrodite Terra is about the size of Africa and is thought to have been formed by tectonic activity. Unlike Earth, Venus does not have a global magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field protects us from harmful radiation from the sun. Without a magnetic field, Venus is bombarded by solar wind. The solar wind is a stream of charged particles that flows from the sun. Scientists are not sure why Venus does not have a global magnetic field. One possibility is that Venus's slow rotation is not fast enough to generate a magnetic field. As we look to the stars, Venus stands out as a beacon for future exploration. Its mysteries and challenges inspire us to push the boundaries of what is possible. Venus is a fascinating and mysterious world. It is the second planet from the Sun and is often referred to as Earth's sister planet due to its similar size and composition. However, the conditions on Venus are vastly different from those on Earth. It is a planet of extremes, with a hostile environment that is unlike anything we know on Earth. The surface temperature can reach up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit and the atmospheric pressure is 92 times that of Earth's. The thick clouds of sulfuric acid make it a challenging place to explore. Yet it is a place of great beauty. The planet's yellowish hue and the swirling patterns of its clouds create a mesmerizing sight. The volcanic landscape with its vast plains and towering mountains adds to its allure. Venus has captivated the imagination of humans for centuries. Ancient civilizations named it after their goddesses of love and beauty. Early astronomers were fascinated by its brightness and its phases, similar to those of the Moon. There is still much that we do not know about Venus. Its thick atmosphere hides many secrets, and its surface remains largely unexplored. The mysteries of Venus continue to intrigue scientists and explorers alike. However, scientists are continuing to study this planet using telescopes and spacecraft. Missions like NASA's Magellan and ESA's Venus Express have provided valuable data, but there is still much more to learn. In the future, we may send robotic probes to Venus to study its atmosphere and surface in more detail. These missions could help us understand the planet's geology, climate, and potential for past or present life. We may even one day send humans to Venus. While the challenges are immense, the potential rewards of such a mission could be groundbreaking. Human exploration could provide insights that robotic missions cannot. Venus is an important planet to study for a number of reasons. Its similarities and differences with Earth can provide valuable insights into planetary formation and evolution. First, it can help us to understand the evolution of the solar system. By studying Venus, we can learn more about the processes that shaped our own planet and others in our solar system. Second, it can help us to understand the effects of the greenhouse effect. Venus has a runaway greenhouse effect that has led to its extreme temperatures. Understanding this can provide insights into climate change on Earth. Third, it can help us to search for life beyond Earth. While the surface of Venus is inhospitable, there is a possibility that microbial life could exist in its upper atmosphere, where conditions are more temperate. Venus is a reminder that there are still many wonders to be discovered in our universe. As we continue to explore, we uncover more about our place in the cosmos and the potential for life beyond our planet. If you enjoyed this journey through Venus, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content on space exploration. Thank you for watching.